I'm Sunny Lane. I have 2 graduate degrees, one in consciousness and human potential, and the other in workforce development. I've spent 15 plus years in transformational philanthropy, working on multi-million-dollar health initiatives, and more importantly, I've spent decades achieving my way into collapse before I understood why. I'm writing The Last Human Skill, a 5-state map of consciousness in the age of AI. Our lives do not bend to our intentions. They align with the state of consciousness we're operating from. That state determines what we perceive, how we interpret what happens, and what our effort actually produces. Most of us have never had language for that. We know something is off, we're doing everything right, and we still feel unsteady inside. So we try harder, we rest, we add another practice, and the same pattern keeps coming back. This book introduces 5 recognizable states of consciousness, places we've all already been, we just haven't had a language for them. All of the concepts are described through personal stories that reflect what it was like for me as I was going through these states. From losing touch with who I was before I even knew who I was, to seeking and noticing and failing, and then growing, to finally having a map that could hold me during some of the most difficult challenges. The first is foundation, the all-consuming rush of everyday life. Most of us live here most of the time, and we've been taught that the goal is to just manage it better. The second is source, the stillness under thought, awareness before any interpretation of experience. The third is witness, where life is still happening, but we are no longer fully trapped inside of it. We're living the experience and we're aware of it at the same time. The fourth is heart, where that dual awareness becomes stable enough to hold inside difficult experiences. And the fifth is integrated, where returning back to foundation is no longer experienced as a failure. Awareness stays steady even when experiences seem all-consuming. I'm writing for people who are competent on the outside and feel like they're coming apart on the inside. I call it competent collapse, the mismatch between external success and internal steadiness. People who have tried the tools and still found that something isn't landing. This book doesn't add more tools. It offers the recognition that lets the tools you already have finally work. This book also arrives at a very specific moment. As AI takes over more of what we have used to prove ourselves with, effort alone stops being enough. The last human skill is not intelligence, it's consciousness, and the ability to recognize where you are in your experience helps us see what finally becomes possible from there.